Hello and welcome this morning or afternoon or evening, wherever you are. This is 2A Radio TV. This morning, I'm excited because I'm broadcasting live from Monrovia, Liberia. And today, I'm going to have the opportunity to look around and see what's going on. But for now, we're going to have our reporters right here in Monrovia of what is going on. Um, well, whatever it is, stay tuned and we want to welcome Shadrach. You are welcome this morning.
Thank you so much indeed. It's glad that I'm alive and we are good to appear on the African Action Network, an international platform based within the USA. And today, that the people of Liberia residing in the diaspora are wanting to know what is happening, mainly within bombing, because you know that the by-election is tomorrow, Tuesday, at which time citizens of District 1, Bombay County, will be going to the pool to elect their representatives. You know, that plot was being created 2020 December 8th election when former representative, now Senator of Bombing, Edwin Snow, got elected. Got elected by the people, we can say, as per election records. So where we are now, the by-election has taken place. A lot of launching took place over the time, and we have 9 candidates that are participating within the by-election. But now, the candidate that is in the lead now within bombing, all of the media reports, Front Page Africa came out with a report. Obadiah Vanning has taken the lead. ELBC, the state radio, also did an opinion poll. Obadiah Vanning won with a huge margin. Prime FM, that is owned by Monshaka Sharif, is being managed by Kelvin Demi. It was being read from Radio Bombing. Obadiah Vanning won it as well. Hot FM that has been owned by DJ Blue. You know DJ Blue conducted the same, and Obadiah Vanning as well won it. So with all of those things, that have placed Obadiah ahead of the other candidates. So like I said, 9 candidates are participating. Among those 9 candidates, is almost like, because as per my investigation, I talked to the legitimate sons and daughters of a District 1. What most of them have been telling me in the rural and the urban area is that their District 1 was being captured by an unknown individual. And who is that unknown individual? Tried to let them know. They said, well, it was now Senator Edwin Snow who is trying to impose a leader on them after they have voted as a senator. So because of that, they thought to bring in their own son, someone who is down to earth, and Obadiah Vanning, who served as the former city mayor of Tottenham City, is the one that they think that he can work with. And I asked them what are some of those tangibles. They took me into about 4 different bridges that are linking communities within Tottenham that was being constructed by Obadiah Vanning, even around the rural Senya. Senya is the name of the district, but they call it District 1 electorally now. So we went there, we saw about 2 different bridges that have been connected, and those are historic bridges. Like I told you, the president ended his country tour. When he came to bombing, he visited 4 administrative districts headquarters. But District 1 headquarters, the president, they didn't enter into District 1 headquarters. What was the reason? Only because a bridge that cost $7,000 was not prepared, and securities were afraid before the president got someone sorted. So, and this particular district was being controlled by Senator Edwin Melvin Snow, but then he was representative. So based on this, the president was unable to visit that district headquarters. So after this entire Rigman role, that has led the as per my investigation, we have about 69 polling centers within District 1, and out of the 69 polling centers, you get like 32, if I'm correct, within the heart of the city of Tottenburg, and its environment, the plantation where the concession company is, you have about 42 polling places there. So we have two out of those places, and the message continue to resonate. People continue to look at this one candidate, Obadiah Vani. I tried to get in touch with Obadiah Vani, and yesterday I spoke with him. He said that he's just an humanitarian. You know, he came from the business background before entering to politics. So this has been the issue. This is where we are. Obadiah Vani also is contesting on the Liberian Restoratory Party, if I'm correct. So the LRP, that's the party he is contesting on after being led down by the CDC-led government party, the CDC, the Coalition for Democratic Change. But this was how it was played, the drama. We fought away from the nation's capital. The three parties that went to this marriage, the NPP, the LPDP, with that of the CDC. You know, the CDC is the Congress for Democratic Change. The NPP is the National Patriotic Party, from under Liberian President Charles Taylor Party. Now is being stand up bearer by Madam Vice President Joel Howard Taylor, and the former Speaker of the 52nd and 53rd Legislature, Ellis Tyler, owns the LPDP. So the two parties, the NPP and the LPDP, affix their signature endorsing the candidacy of Obadiah Vani to contest on the party ticket. But after, when they reached to the Congress of Democratic Change, Chairman Moruba Moru, who rejected to place a signature on that particular resolution. So because of that, Obadiah Vani was being denied, and Obadiah Vani has been one of the parties in even contested on the same party ticket 2017, where he got defeated by now Senator Edwin Snow. So this has been the long issue until he switched to another party that today he is in the lead with him bombing when it comes to the election fee, or it comes to the opinion polls being conducted. So there where we are for now.
Well, thank you so much.
Mr. James, I'm listening to you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Shadrach. We look forward to more updates on the election
seems to be
process.
like my internet is giving me some problems. So let me just take a break. I'll be right back with you.
Okay. We want to also welcome Abraham to give us update of what is going on his end. Abraham, you are welcome this morning.
Thank you, Madam Play, and it's a pleasure again to be on the most talked about international platform. And say good morning to our brothers and sisters who are watching us live from the diaspora and other parts of the world as large. So, over the weekend, there were a series of activities that took place in Bone County. As you may be aware, I'm currently in Bone County following this most talked about by-election process in my county. A seat that have been vacant, that have been made vacant by the senator now, and that of former Deputy Speaker Prince Kemomoy during the 2020 senatorial election, when he whipped former senator who represented the Coalition for Democratic Change at the time, Senator Henry Willie Yala. Neck taking time to conduct the by-election. As it stands now, campaign activities ended on yesterday by 12 midnight, but people have been sending out their messages around the place. Those 12 contenders who are partaking in the election that is expected on tomorrow are doing what they can. They are already sent out their last messages to those special people, to the district, to the citizens who reside in the district, in terms of electing them or probably voting them to represent them at the house of the representative post. So as it stands now, several opinion polls being conducted by community radio station based in the county. Even the Prime Evans family from Monrovia came to Bone County over the weekend, conducted opinion poll on the radio station, and the People's Unification Party PUP candidate, who is Jim Scolaire, former FLAP president, and also Manuel Union Speaker as well, have taken the lead all around the place, all opinion poll being conducted. He then taking the lead. Coming to him next is the CDC, the Congress for Democratic Change, the Coalition for Democratic Change, which is the Tripartite, the NPP, the LPDP, and that of the CDC coming second. You got the independent candidate Edward Emmanuel Bo, who served as consultant for Meridian Challenge at the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning coming third, and being supported by a former lawmaker who is now Senator Prince Kamumwe being supporting him coming third, and now the CPP candidate coming fourth as well. Joshua D.K. Better, who once worked in the offices of now Senator Prince Kamumwe for over 9 years. So these are the four top candidates, and these are the four big things. But one thing, the first one, the People's Unification Party candidate is now taking the lead in the district, and the issue of tradition being introduced into politics. It's also one of the key issues that people been stressing on. You got some people saying that some people are not part of the pro or not part of the Sunday society. They should not be given the district. They should not be in the capacity of leading people because it will not be correct for someone who is not part of the tradition to lead the elderly people or those who are part of tradition to lead them in the process. So understanding campaign activities, like I said, came out on yesterday and last night the street was like interesting because people were carrying out their loud messages, taking the street. People were running place, playing their campaign song, carrying on their last, campaign ride as well. So as it stands, the people wait on tomorrow, Tuesday, to go and exercise their constitutional right. Mind you, the National Elections Commission here, Upper Chairman, Bon County Chairman, Mr. Daniel Newland, said to voters or those electors, those who are eligible of voting, that they are not to snap. When you are done with voting, you are not to snap a particular candidate to go and show that you are finished voting for them. The reason is that according to some sources, there are some people who are then in the habit of poisoning voting card or probably telling them, give me money or give you money, go you vote for me. When you finish voting, you snap and then show me the picture. So he used the media on yesterday to call on people and those electors to disengage. You can carry your phone, but don't snap after you finish voting. You should not take any photo to carry and show that, oh yes, indeed, I vote for you. It should be a secret. So as I said,
Okay.
the country is quiet and all the message is preaching is peace. And we hope that tomorrow we do all we can to bring you the necessary information as it unfolds in Bone County, the electoral district number 2.
Okay. We look forward to that update. We will be online to bring some of the activity, the voting activity to the rest of the world. Shadrach, is there anything else you want to tell us on your end?
Yes, just definitely. What has happened now is that the election law has been breached as per my investigation being conducted. You know that the election law forbid what we call chalking now within our country, living from one locality to another locality. What does that mean? Living from one county to another, meaning that those who don't know the pins that other counties are going through in terms of a bar representation, this is what is happening. That the candidate that Senator Snow is now supporting, Senator Snow has started the chalking of residents of Moserado County to Bombing to participate within the District 1 bar election. This is something that might influence the decision of those that have come to be paid to vote against the people choice. So with this, now you don't know as to whether the decision that those guys will be making might likely affect the district, because poor representation, as a matter of fact, you found out that underdevelopment, the lack of health facility, power connectivity, the issue of communication, and you name the rest of it. That's what District 1 has been suffering from over the time. So by chalking in more people again, it creates that kind of setback to the district. So I have pictorial evidence after the show. I will be wiring it to you so it can be placed as well on our medium, so the people can know the facts. Those citizens that are living within the U.S. and watching the African Action Network can be informed about the breach of the elections law.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Shadrach. It's important that proper representation is, it's good because the people, if they electing someone, they know the kind of person they electing, and they want the person that will be of interest, in their interest. So it is good for people, for the person to be properly represented. And trucking definitely is not a good thing. So we're going to keep following that and give our viewers updates on what is going on. Is there anything else? What's happening in the House of Senate and the House of Rep? Anything else we need to know?
Just this gone Thursday, it was a dramatic scene between the CPP lawmakers and the CDC lawmakers. It is unprecedented to see the senators to leave their chambers to go into the chambers of the House of Representatives, because in Liberia, the Liberian legislature operates separate chambers. But this gone Thursday, Senator Abraham Darius Dillon and Senator Sir Joseph were seen in the chambers of the House of Representatives.
Oh my
But
goodness.
Brown County Representative Marvin Cole, who is the co-chair on Rules of the Administration, did ask Senator Darius Dillon to walk out of the chambers of the House of Representatives, and this prompted a huge argument among CPP lawmakers with all of the CDC lawmakers. Hassan Kazulu of District 17, Moserado County, said that Honorable Dillon will not leave the chambers because Senator Sir Joseph, who comes from the CDC, was there as well. So it brought a heated debate, a poll hot to the session activities for some time, and the Speaker, Dr. Buffer Chimba, who continuously tried to play a role that he don't have total control over the 73 lawmakers. He just paused and was just looking at the drama going on until the both parties, the opposition, CPP, with that of the ruling establishment, CDC lawmakers, found a common ground, and the two senators were able to have a discussion, and later on they left the chambers. But it, like I said, it is unprecedented. You can never see the House of Representative members to go to the chambers of the Liberian Senate, except wherein you go there on a specific invite or to have some inquiry with the Senate Pro Tem or the president of the Senate, who happens to be a vice president. But like I said, normally you find it happening once in a while. But for some of those freshman lawmakers, we normally call them freshmen because you get there, you don't read your standing rules. Like I said, without no disrespect to members of the Liberian legislature, some of them don't even understand the standing rules that govern them within the chambers. A portion of the standing rules, section 33B, it forbade a lawmaker from making a phone call within the chambers. You walk into the gallery, they give you the permission to go into the gallery to make your phone call. It also forbade a lawmaker from eating in chambers. But all of those things has been violated now by our own country brothers and sisters. They violate their own standing rules. As far as the Constitution, you follow the procedure of Cabinet Janet, for which it should have emanated from the lower house to the upper house. But instead, it came from the upper house to the lower house. So there where we are, Shadrach Brown from Liberia Legislature reporting. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Shadrach. I was a little bit confused when I saw that video because we haven't uploaded. I was wondering what is going on. Our lawmakers, are they now the law breakers? Because they should have an understanding of what they want to do. So whether it was by invite or whether both of them just decided that we are senators of our various parties and we want to go to the House of Rep. I just could not understand that situation. And maybe we need more clarity from those people that decided to invade. I would think we should call it invasion of the House of Rep, because they just went, we don't know exactly what is going on. So we need more clarity on that. And so maybe in your next reporting,
what happened is that, like I said, it's unprecedented, but it normally happens. Lawmakers go to see the speaker or whoever chairperson on certain committee that they chair as well at the Senate level. Maybe want to do some housekeeping or want to do some research about the operation of the house. So they will normally visit that area to get some inquiry from their colleagues. So whenever they get there,
I want to hold
they
you right there, Shadrach. I want to hold you. That is the case. One here out. Why would they tell him that you need to get outside? You need to get outside because I've heard couple of them making that statement. So if they had a proper understanding, I don't think they would have taken that route. So that's why I said we needed clarity. What is going on?
politics continue to play within Liberia. You know, every small thing in our country has to be politicized. So, with the issue of Representative Marvin Cole, who is the co-chair on Rules Order Administration, he confessed that he asked never got on Senator Sir Joseph. So, all he feared that Senator didn't normally love the camera whenever he enters somewhere. The media will love to ask him, but why are you here? What's the purpose? So that's how he got somehow confused and started to ask Senator Dillon out. And all along, because came to say that Senator Dillon cannot leave Wasa Joseph is there because both of them are senators of Mosorado County.
Thank you so much, thank you, Shadrach. That was a good information there, and we want to go back to Abraham. Do you want to say something before you leave the camera? What?
Yes, yes. It will interest you to know that on Thursday, at the Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs, and Tourism press briefing, the Deputy Minister of Education, the Republic of Liberia, Minister Daphne Latton, said that the Minister of Education have no order in terms of regulating private schools tuition and that of graduation fees. He made mention that only the public schools across the country, the ministry have the power over to reduce and to increase fees in terms of graduation and water fees. So when he was then asked then why there should be, I mean, honor or public running within the country and also honor the Minister of Education, he said the only time, I mean, the ministry can, I mean, have the power in terms of executing or probably telling them to reduce fees or, I mean, graduation fees that when a school is seeking permit from the Ministry of Education, that's the time they use their smart ideas in terms of instructing the administration to bring forth their past tuition, I mean, stuff so that they can review. And then if the need
Um,
arises that the fees should be cut
Abraham,
down.
I want to get clarity on this. Are you saying the ministry have no regulations on regulating the private schools? They only regulate public schools?
That's what Minister Latin Taton said. That's what Minister Latin Taton said during the press briefing on Thursday. That there is no law in the constitution or in the history of Liberia says the ministry have the full right to regulate fees at private institutions, only public institutions. So according to him, I mean, it is a parent right. It is a right to take their child. They volunteer to do it to send their child to go to private school. So they should be able to, face I mean, whatsoever fees come up from the school. That's what I'm saying. According to him, the only time the fee can be curtailed or probably dropped to a minimum price that when the school is seeking permit from the ministry. That's the time they instruct the schools to bring their past tuition records so as to see whether they can be able to do some cutting that people can afford to send their kids to. But I mean, the constitution gave rise to the Ministry of Education to regulate private schools in terms of their tuition and what have you. So as it stands, people got shocked because there are some private schools in the city. You see, uniform is now sold for 90 USD. Uniform. The school prescribed the uniform. You're supposed to buy from them 90 USD. People even carry receipt that day. There are several receipt people brought, and I mean the minister was unable to address the concern to the extent that he said there will be a special call for media to go at the ministry so that they can take their time to address those concerns. The issue of the deaths of the three that I mean the death of the recent three in Reverend William Aratabo the third, Reverend William V.S. Stockman Jr. as well. The deputy Inspector for Crime Services at the Liberian National Police, Prince Mobile, also spoke during that conference, and he said they are doing their best in terms of zeroing, finding the root cause of the death of the three. According to him, the family member that requested to be part of the investigation are all part of the team. They are currently ongoing investigation, and before the end of this month or early next month, the crime services will be able to come up with their findings as to whether who did the act, or who are the perpetrators, or what led to their death. So as it stands, according to him, the Liberian National Police are doing what they can. The investigative team is in the process of completing the investigation process. And then Matthew Sako, who happened to be the one or two, also spoke during the conference by showing the electorates to go to the pool. To take peace as a major thing in terms of going to do what it is to elect their leaders in the 4 counties. And he also called on the religious leaders to help in the process of praying for the country, not just praying for the country, but they should be also in the vanguard of helping to preach some of those peace messages, but not to, come up with a statement that also pose harm or threats to the country. And also, he talked on the issue of politicians should be able to control their supporters. The issue of violence, electoral violence, he went against it totally. That people, electors, or those contesting in 4 counties should be able to control their supporters in terms of deviating from violence, but rather being peaceful in the process. So, as it stands, so far so good. Uh, these are some of the audit. Abraham Colley, reporting from the grounds of the Ministry of Information, Culture and Affairs and Tourism. These are some of the things that took place on Thursday before my departure to Bon County, where I'm pretty seated, providing you the latest update from Liberia.
Thank you so much, Abraham. Thank you. And all the reports, we will make follow ups and bring them back to our audience. Thank you for that reporting, and we look forward to the elections update in Bone County. So thank you so much,
All right.
Abraham.
Thank you. Thank
Okay,
you. It was a
Shadrach,
pleasure.
you got a
Yeah.
last word? Last word before we can leave here?
Yeah, definitely. It slipped my mind to have you informed about the Bao Chico $5 million, 500 million agreement investment that is before the legislature. As you may be aware, since 2003, Bapolo became a county. This is the first biggest investment ever, concession investment to hit Bapolo County. So the citizens of Bapolo will be benefiting. And the Senate, the Liberian Senate did ratify the agreement, the MDA, that's the Mineral Development Agreement, and has been sent at the House of Representatives. But the representatives took a stand by because the Senate wrongfully proceeded because as per Article 34B of the Liberian Constitution, which gave the House of Representatives the right to rectify any financial bill and sent to the Liberian Senate for concurrence. But that, within the case of Bao Chico, never went that way. So the House has taken a back step to it, and they have written the executive to have the executive informed about Article 34B of the Liberian Constitution. Maybe according to Senator, not Senator Dillon, but according to Representative Moses Akaras, who is from the ruling establishment district in Moserado County, he found at the executive for always doing that. According to him, maybe those in the office of the executive are not knowledgeable about Article 34B of the Liberian Constitution. So he encouraged the executive to always write when it comes to financial matter, to always write and inform the House of Representatives to take action, and it will be forwarded to the Liberian Senate for concurrence. So as it stands now, dark cloud hangs over Bao Chico agreement as the House of Representatives have sent back the bill to the Liberian Senate, a waiting executive as well to send the bill to the House of Representatives, wherein they will rectify and send it for concurrence at the Liberian Senate. That's it from my end. Currently, I'm in bombing. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shadrach, and this is how we come to the end of our broadcast today. This has been our presentation by the African Actions Network, a Radio TV. And join us again on Thursday. And what's your host this morning, Patience Blay, and we will be bringing you more actions. I'm here in Liberia, and I'm going to be going to the depth, the length of Liberia to bring you all the different action news. So we'll see again, and this is 2A Radio. Thanks for joining us, and please continue to share the podcast.
Thank you.